Candid conversations. Da, da, da. Cause I ain't got no patience. Y'all finna get this smoke. Boom. Hello. First, tell me what you sipping on. Okay, now what? Damn, that's real. Tell them how you really feel. That looks that kill. Real shit for the build. Yeah, okay, but it's a podcast or whatever. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I feel like I want to give you guys a scenario here because today's topic is pretty deep. It's very current, and I need to start somewhere, so I'm going to start with a scenario. But first things first, what are you sipping on? I'm sipping on a kiwi sunrise. And for those of you who don't know, I am a mixologist and I gets down with mines, okay? I gets busy with mines. I don't drink alcohol, but I make some of the best mocktails and cocktails you've ever tasted in your life. And I'm not just saying this, everybody says this. But a kiwi sunrise is something that I came up with like I always do. I have so many different recipes. It's kiwi, lemons, brown sugar, a little bit of pear juice, and that's really it. You shake it all up, and you can garnish it with a little cutie pie, dehydrated lime. But that's what I'm sipping on. What you sipping on? All right, let's get back to this scenario because this is not a fun topic. Like I said, it's one of those conversations that you are going to feel some way about because it's pretty serious and you're going to have to sit back on this one. Or if you're driving, you are definitely going to feel some type of way about it. But I'm just letting you know right now there are several triggers in here. And I'm going to come up with some trigger warning sounds, maybe a little gum popping off or something that'll alert you when I'm saying stuff that I may trigger you about. But since I'm still working out the kinks and this is this is not my second podcast. I consider it to be my first. The very first recording that's on my channel it was a soft launch, just letting you guys know what I'm coming with. But okay, here we go. Scenario loading. When you go to work, you're not looking or thinking about having fun, right? You're thinking about work and the best ways to execute or get that work done and completed. Just like when you are having fun, right? You wish a mofo would bring up some work or anything about work in the middle of your fun, right? Okay. Said that to say this. There is a time and place for everything. That's what we were taught. That's what we know. And right now is the time to come together and organize ourselves. Now is the time to become a community of mass consciousness and fix some shit because we could pray all day, but if we don't work, then the prayer is dead. Check your local Bible, James 2:14. But from all the popular deaths, Trayvon Martin, Oscar Grant, Kendrick Johnson, Eric Garner, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, to all the ones who aren't as popular, who don't reach the headlines or the public's attention, to all the children that are missing, murdered, beaten, raped, sexually traumatized, etc. Now is the time for us to go to work, for them, for us. And I'm not saying don't enjoy your life or don't enjoy the moments that make your life enjoyable. I'm just saying that right now is the time to go to work. I have so many fun things planned for this year, and I have so many things to be grateful for, and I am. But the me in me, the Gemini in me, can't let this shit just be what it is because we're not doing enough. If we're doing anything at all, everyone is like, people are doing things and everyone has their way of how they're doing it. And I'm not discounting any of them, but fuck calling the state senator, fuck them, fuck that, because they already know what's going on. They're a part of it, many of them, if not all of them. So what is me calling them going to do or prove or change? That's not an action step for me. I'm talking about organizing in person, not on this motherfucking internet that they control. We have all these engineers and all these coders and motherfuckers who want you to pay them to teach you how to code, but we don't have our own platforms, like our own exclusive platforms. Some for us, by us shit, right? And that to me is crazy. We keep allowing them to keep us in their system. We keep allowing them to kill us, to kidnap us, to rape us, to terrorize us, and not doing a damn thing about it. Not even the bare minimums is the majority of us doing. We used to have underground railroads, y'all, and sacred geometry and secret routes hidden in braiding patterns. We don't need another way or another plan. We need to pull from the playbooks that we already have and execute the ones that we already have, the ones that have been laid out for us. And I personally believe in reincarnation, and I believe that some of the people that we've created altars and memorials for are right back here to do this shit that they was doing all over again. I also believe that I'm one of them. You cannot tell me I am not who y'all praise and knew as Harriet Tubman, or that Sojourner Truth wasn't my good girlfriend or something like that. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. I'm annoyed that y'all still want to clock tea and do this stupid finger shit and watch all these goofy ass so-called celebrities and reality TV when our reality is trash in a trash can without the bag, just thrown in there, all scattered and throughout the neighborhood on the sides of the road. Our reality is trash, you guys. Our world is trash. And we need to develop some task forces everywhere and not let places like Minneapolis or France stand alone. You like politics? Cool. Link up and sync up with everyone else who does. Find the laws that are broken. Find all the codes and ways to fix them and get into some forums. Y'all be on Facebook all day. Get into real Facebook groups with people who are about the same life you are about, because that is your tribe. You interested in real estate? Cool. Go link up and sync up with everybody who does that. All the people who know how to do the houses and get the land and get it for $2 and $1 and all of that. And let's find better ways that we can organize affordable housing so that people can have a roof to nourish their minds properly so they can and have the will and mindset to do this work that needs to be done. People are distracted, not distracted with real life, but bogged down with survival. And that was a setup from day one. You like the beauty industry? Cool. Go link up and sync up with the clan to keep us beautiful while we got to do this work, because we still got to have dignity and feel good while we doing this work, right? You into childcare? You like teaching the babies? Wonderful. How about y'all create a homeschool coalition like I did and snatch our babies out these schools and really stick our foot in their ass? And you know what? I'm going to stick a pin in it right there, because here's some real good game for all of us. But our children is their main commodity. I'm going to say that again. Our children is their main commodity. Everybody want to talk about correcting your nationality and what Trump going to do for the real natives and the indigenous, and all that shit is cool and fine and dandy. And it is what it is. But our children is this world's main commodity. Not the nations, but the world. And when we take our children back, it is game fucking over. And we have to start somewhere. And that, to me, is where I suggest we start with the school system. You know, it's so deep because I was looking at Candace the other day, and, you know, shout out to Candace. I fucks with Candace the long way. But I was looking at her yesterday, not the other day, yesterday. And the moment that I thought, damn, I wish I was in her chat on her podcast, because I would ask what she thinks about getting the children out of the schools. And the moment I thought that, right after that moment, she said it on her podcast yesterday. Go check it out. Take your children out the schools. I love it when the synergy is synergized, okay? I love it when serendipity proves to me that I am in the right frame of thinking. But get your babies out these schools. There's a documentary that I love. It's called Where to Invade Next. And I implore each and every one of you to go watch this documentary. Watch it today. Watch it tonight. Turn me off and go watch it. Or watch it after you turn me off. But when you see how different education is in other countries versus here, and I'm sure all of y'all been online and seen all the little Asian babies and how they learn and what they do over there. I'm sure that most of you who are listening to this podcast right now have seen videos like that. But riddle me this. Why would you not desire that for your own children? Why is it okay to just keep watching shit and scrolling? Why is that not mandatory for your own child? Please, somebody help me with that. When I said, like I did, I created a clubhouse room, an incentivization for homeschool coalition. I held job fairs on Clubhouse. I did interviews openly on Clubhouse. So many people came. This is documented. I found the principal and several teachers on Clubhouse. The principal I found could teach the whole damn school alone if she wanted to, because that's just how brilliant this woman was. She's been in education for several years, several decades. She's from New Jersey, and I'm not going to say her name just to respect her privacy, but we got to start somewhere. And in my beautiful, beautiful, and professional opinion, it should be the children as our first, our main, our top priority. I'm I'm I can't express that hard enough. I mean, I can. I can't say it hard enough. We got to get the children. Fuck boycotting Target and Walmart and whatever other names y'all throw in a hat, because one, it don't last long, and two, one, okay? I need shit, you need shit, and we got to go somewhere to buy that shit. But when I did the homeschool coalition thing, I literally got the University of Georgia, their location in Buckhead. I got Georgia State. I had Cobb Community College. I had another college I can't think of right now. But I got these colleges and universities to partner with me to be a housing station for the students who would come from single parent households, to be able to come to their locations and get their lessons on those properties. Because where else is a child going that's being homeschooled? If the parent has to work, they can't stay home alone and be on a computer. Georgia State was so excited about it and felt like they could pipeline the children straight to their university. University of Georgia. Um, After graduation, and they weren't going to charge me a dime for it. And I did all of this by my big little self. And the gag is, I don't even have no little children. I've been out that phase. But that documentary, Where to Invade Next, will put a battery in your back. And if not, it should. But I wanted that for your children, and I still do. I had to abort the mission because it was taking a lot out of me, and it was only me like doing all these big old strides. And yeah, it took a lot. But if I could do that alone, then imagine what togetherness would look like, you guys. We need task forces of all kinds, clearly. I mentioned a few earlier, but the reason I re-mentioned the documentary is because I know that many of you don't listen and don't take mental notes. Not don't listen, but you don't remember well. You don't retain information well. Um, and I've said so many words since I brought that up, but that documentary is definitely one worth checking out. But how many more people got to get killed? How many more of us have to die? How long will they kill our prophets? Oh, while we stand aside and look. Ooh. And they killed him too. How many more children have to die or be raped and murdered and then discarded and recycled into food products and ingredients that we digest? That's another story for another day, too. But these motherfuckers are a different kind of evil. And we have got to blitz their system just like they blitz us with distractions. Individual actions is not going to work. It's not going to make a dent. They are mere drops in a bucket. You know, this podcast is an individual action, so to speak, but it's for the community. I'm only doing this for y'all. All of these people that put everybody on pedestals, for their bravery and courage is the people that they put on the pedestal have not even been protected by the people who claim to hold them in such high esteem. I'm talking Michael Jackson. I'm talking Prince. I'm talking Angie Stone. I'm talking D'Angelo, just to name a few, a recent few. These people were murdered right in front of our faces, and y'all want to make content off of them and get people to see you as someone to hold high in esteem. I'm not falling for the banana in my tailpipe, and I'm not here to debate with anybody about any of this. I'm just here to plant seeds. By the way, that was the name of my homeschooling coalition, Planting Seeds on Purpose, PSOP. But too many of us want to be seen or praised, and that to me is very sociopathic, very narcissistic. It is also a reason why I do not have a video to this podcast yet, because I don't need y'all looking in my face or what I got on or none of that. I need you to hear me. All I want to do is share my beautiful mind with all of you beautiful people so we can come together. And I've been preaching this come together shit for how long now? For y'all, those of y'all that know me, since I was born, let some people tell it, but I'm just done with the nothingness of it all. Y'all keep wanting to clock all this goofy ass Bama shit and have all these trendy sayings and go viral and talk all this stupid shit about how Earth is ghetto. No, Earth is a fucking trash can. And most of y'all are the items in the trash can. And I get it. I know psychology and that it's not traditional to speak in this way. And I may infuriate some of you, but just like they say, a hit dog is going to holler. And I don't care to be politically correct. I don't. What I care about is kindness. I care about that. And I do care about delivery. I just know that, in a lot of regards, I don't have time for that shit. I just don't. I don't care to position myself to sound nice all the time so you can digest what I'm saying better. I've said this before. Love is love, and tough love is still love. And this is candid conversation. And it's tough love. Candidness is tough in most cases. But are we going to do something or no? Are we coming together or no? Let me repeat this because I said this about 1,000 words ago. And I know a lot of the brains have forgotten. But the children need to be our first order of business. That's what we need to do. That's what's going to get their attention. Pull your fucking kids out they schools in droves, in a blitz, in a blizzard, like this fake ass cold storm blizzard that they done started everywhere. And I know everybody's not meant to homeschool their child or even qualify to homeschool their children. Hence, homeschool coalitions. Do you know what a coalition is? Find people in your neighborhood. Get on real groups on Facebook. Since you to be on there, find the people in your area that can teach your children. Some of y'all think you doing a part by just sending them to school, and we've seen on television, we've seen it on the news several times. When they do the lockdowns, when these crazy little ass Caucasian boys, and no shade, but much shade, because I haven't seen nobody else do it. But when they start shooting up the schools, they lock your children in that very school. You can't get in and they can't get out. And I'm saying the children first because I don't care how strong you are, how much firepower or ammunition you may have stored up. If these folks fuck with your children, you are done. You are debilitated. All you could think about is the babies, and rightfully so, which makes perfect sense that we need to get the babies first. Y'all think these boycotts on these stores is going to do it? No. Pull your babies out of these schools. We already heard about the pipelines from school to prison, but everybody want to just keep not listening. But when it happens to you, when the shit hits home, not close to home, when it hits your home, then you online, you crying to the community. Then community matters. Then when you want everybody to come together for your baby, but not until and or unless, for most people, does the community even mean a damn thing until it happens to you. It's time to go to work, people. I'm about to close this podcast. I wanted it to be 22 minutes long. I'm a 22 kind of girl, but I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done. Service is the highest form of worship. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. Speaking out on injustices is the highest form of courage. And yes, these are all my thoughts. So take it as you will. But bravery can be acquired. Courage is given by God. But you must first go to God to get from God. How do you go to God? I hear somebody from the back whispering. You go within. That's how you go to God. There's an African proverb that says, we go without for refusing to go within. And I'll say that one more again. We go without for refusing to go within. Which to me sounds a lot like Luke 17:20-21 or Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. And the other one says the kingdom of God is within you. Listen, you guys, I'm not a Christian because I don't know what a Christian is, and nobody has ever successfully been able to tell me what a Christian is. But I am a child of God, and I trust science. I trust consciousness, and I trust the parts of me that I've taken the time to get to know well. Peace be with us all until next time. This is Echo. I am the host of this podcast with my fine ass, and this is Candid Conversations. I'd like to share a poem that I wrote. Hold on, let me pull it up because it's befitting now that I think about it. I am a poetess, and my prose is not a joke. This poem, is entitled Sweet Courage. As I grow, I share, and what I've come to know is this: without courage, you basically don't exist. Courage is the most important of all values. I'm sorry. Courage is the most important of all virtues. Without courage, you cannot practice any other virtue consistently. Maya Angelou said that. When I heard that, when it was imparted on me, it was a refreshing confirmation to me because my courage has given me freedom to take risks and put myself out there, sometimes making a complete fool of myself, thus learning some unforgettable lessons and learning irreplaceable memories and experiences in soulmates, earning irreplaceable memories, experiences, and soulmates. Courage keeps me creative. Courage has empowered me to move forward every time I was afraid. Courage made me face my enemies and defeat them, and every single time I slayed. Bravery is for the misinformed who boast of how they're bold, but courage is of God, and it can only come from one's soul. Courage has given me the courage for things I never thought I'd do, like admitting my mistakes when I was dead wrong and hurt someone when I tried to have something to prove. Courage has helped me to face injustices running the world amok. Courage has walked me in the face of some people that I seriously needed to fuck up. But it's also helped me to walk away when I knew that season had to end, whether it was with a family member or if it was with a friend. And the reward for that was a brand new beginning. Courage has built-in rewards and fringe benefits. Courage emotes power that is infinite and limitless. But get this, the only way to get courage is to abandon and release everything you were taught, and possibly everything you currently think, because most of it was all a lie. Here's the important truth. Courage is on the other side of all your fears that you must absolutely go through. Boo! Stop being scared, because when you stop being scared, that's when real things happen. But I just fucked up. The only way to go through something is to first become prepared. Okay, bye for real this time. And y'all will get to know that bloopers don't get cut and mess ups don't get cut, but I hope it touched somebody. If I only touch one body, then I did my part. But peace and love, love and peace. God, grant me the serenity to reject the matrix I cannot change, the courage to embrace the consciousness I am, and the wisdom to know the difference. Until next time, I love y'all sincerely and dearly.